status, Rocker Syndicated. We're going to be speaking with Minister of Works and Transport, Rohan Sinanan, to just talk to us about the mobile bus so that you can get your license renewed quick, on the go, fast, and probably right at your door. You never know. But let's just say good morning to you, Minister.
Good morning, Natalie. Good morning to your co-host, and good morning to Barbara Ann.
Ah, yes. Good morning, Barbara Ann, wherever you are. So, Minister, talk to us about, this mobile app. I keep wanting to say mobile app. This mobile bus that you all have decided to put on stream so that if people want to get their licenses renewed, they will be able to do so quick, fast, without any hassle.
Okay. Natalie, some time ago, I think it would have been late 2019, early 2020, we did indicate to the population that, the license office, as part of the transformation to, fully computerize the entire unit, we would have been putting 2 mobile offices on the road. Now, this is just not a renew driver's permit. Okay. These buses are outfitted where they can operate almost 100% like a licensed office. They do all the services that you normally do, from renewal of your taxi badge, certified copies, everything they will do just like a licensed office, except probably the driving test, because they are mobile buses. However, even that we intend to incorporate. The purpose of these 2 buses are to go out into the rural areas. So if, let's say, people in Matlot has services to conduct at the license office, they will not have to come to the license office. On certain days, the bus will go out to these rural areas, one day in Cedrus, and you'll earmark these days where you take appointments, and the bus will be visiting your area on that specific day. You go to the bus and you conduct all the services that you would normally go to a license office to conduct. Rather than invest into more static offices all over the place, we have set up strategic offices, and then we have these mobile buses that will go into the rural areas maybe once a month, and based on appointments, will conduct all the services that is required at a license office.
Minister, I think this is definitely a laudable initiative. I don't want to put a spoke in your wheel, but we were just here this morning talking about maintenance of things. Let's jump right into how we're going to maintain this bus and make sure that it not puncture and park up somewhere and can't move.
Well, the thing about Trinidad is that we do have a bad track record of maintenance, and I will not run away from that. I think that's a management issue, and we will hold the officers and the transport commissioner accountable for, these are brand new equipment, and once maintained, we should be able to get the services out of it. And as I keep telling everyone, license office earns revenue.
Yeah.
And there's no reason why money shouldn't be put back in the system to have everything operational. So I would say we have come a long way since 2015 with license office. There's a long way to go, but at least now we are hearing a lot of positives. Yes, you have a lot of negatives, but we are hearing a lot of positives. And I want to compliment the staff at the license office, from the transport commissioner all the way down. I think, for the first time in the history of this country, I, as Minister of Works, would have opened my budget debate praising the license office, which is something, ministers of Works and Transport in the past would have, in some cases, not even mentioned license office because there was this stigma attached to it. I think we have come a long way with license office. We have a long way to go. However, we are on the right path, and that is what I'm happy about.
I definitely agree with you. In terms of the buses, just 2, or are there plans to expand the fleet with time?
No, I don't think there's a need to expand the fleet at this time, because what we have done is that, take for instance in Sani Grande, we have opened an office there. We are upgrading the rest of the offices around Trinidad. So we have these offices that should, and we may look in terms of 1 or 2 new offices in certain areas. Small offices. Gone are the days when you have to build buildings for $100 million, and so you don't need that again with technology. So 2 buses now we feel is quite satisfactory for the requirements at this point in time. Because one of the buses will go to Tobago as well on certain days to go into the rural areas and conduct business. Now, if there's a need for additional buses, obviously, once it's working, we will, attempt to get them.
Yeah.
Because although we have to buy the bus and put in the IT into it, it is far cheaper than setting up an office. Far cheaper, and you get all the services of an office.
Well, I really hope that it is a successful venture. But in terms of the scheduling, talk to us about how you're going to roll that out. I hear you say, you might go here today, but has that been worked out already in terms of what days or what communities?
No, because of the COVID, what we're using the buses for right now, we have stationed them at Karen. And what that allows us to do is to see more people on a daily basis. Right now, we can be up to about 60 additional people in the 2 buses. That will go up to about 120. So we have stationed them at Caroni to see more people coming in, and they don't have to go into the building because you do all the payments, you do everything on the bus. Now, the bus don't take cash. It takes links, and very soon we'll be going into the credit card. Because you really don't want to have a mobile bus around the country collecting cash. So you deal with links. I would say by the beginning of December, we're looking to now roll out, again, and that depends on the restrictions on COVID, because once these buses go into the areas, we kind of lose control on how we deal with the public during this time of COVID. So we're hoping that by the 1st of December, we will have a schedule and we will have that rollout. Where they will be. It will be published where they will be. Then you can go online and you can book your appointments and the services will be available.
Right. And I'm happy to hear that it's not just to renew driver's license, because I think we were under that impression, but that it will be offering the variety of services that we would normally get at a regular licensing office. So I'm looking forward to hopefully, fingers crossed, this December rollout, where, they can decide to just go across the country and, bring the service to the people. Because over the years, even before the Caroni plant was built for licensing office, one of the issues we had was the whole idea of decentralization of services. And I think it's something we still have to work at. So congratulations. I think it's definitely a step in the right direction.
Thank you, Natalie.
Right. So what else is on stream? I know you always have something up your sleeve.
Well,
tell me something now. Share something with me.
Well, again, another area they mentioned I really want to compliment is the Airport Authority, who this year copped the award for the best airport in the Caribbean, the cleanest airport in the Caribbean, and the 3rd best in Central America, just behind Panama and I think some other large airports. And, they welcome back with proper negotiations, KLM back to our shores, which will really open up the country again to Europe. Because now you can fly to Europe direct in 11 hours. You're in Europe, and that is a major connecting point. So the Airport Authority as well, I think they did a fantastic job in attracting KLM after 20-odd years back to Trinidad to give us that sort of boost in Europe that we need. And then you have the ministry where, we're looking at the road condition where we're really not satisfied. And I, as minister, am really fed up of telling the population, well, I am only responsible for X amount. And the population is fed up because when they make a complaint, you tell them, no, you go to the corporation or go to the Ministry of Agriculture, that's an orphan road. Yeah. So we're working going forward to try to, have a proper organization at the road networks. And we are looking at 3 different aspects. One, where we try to bring in an additional plant to help with the potholes and the patching using the recyclable material, which we feel is a step in the right direction. It will reduce the road cost, the cost to repair these potholes by about 60%, because you'll be recycling the material that you get when you mill and so, which we now just spread in certain areas. So we're looking at that aspect, and the Minister of Finance have made a line item for us available where we can look at the roads that are heavily traversed, which does not fall under the ministry, and we will utilize that funding to assist the corporations. And then we are also looking in terms, through the Ministry of Finance, of a major spot milling and paving program, which will definitely help us with the road network in Trinidad, because we are really not satisfied. I mean, there are several factors that affect the road. A major one will obviously be funding. And the Minister of Finance have agreed that he will, put some focus on that, because we cannot allow our road network to deteriorate at the rate it's been deteriorated.
Well, Minister, I'm happy you said that, because there's been this meme going around. Anybody remember what it says? It's something about you can't fix this hole, that hole, but you can't fix the potholes, and show somebody bathing in a big pothole.
Yeah. So as I said, we do have serious challenges. WASA is a major problem because of their aging infrastructure. I mean, WASA infrastructure in some areas are close to 100 years old, and it's just very expensive. But so we have to coordinate with them, and that is why what we're looking at now at the ministry is setting up a small agency where we can use that agency to collaborate with the WASA, the regional corporation, all the utilities, to try to bring some sort of, because the weather pattern has changed, and the weather condition also affects the road. Rain does affect the road, flooding does affect the road. You have the WASA leaks, you have the heavy trucks, which, we will be putting some emphasis on to try to solve that problem, because they are major culprits on our roads.
And bad contractors affect the road too, Minister.
Well,
we're fed up seeing something paved or supposedly fixed today, and within a week we're right back at square one.
Well,
literally.
Yeah, I can tell you at the Ministry of Works, we do have retention, and all our roads have a guarantee period. So on the highways and so, you have a 1 year. And if the road doesn't show up within a year, it's more than likely the road would have been, set down properly. So we have that retention at the Ministry of Works, and we have been instructing contractors wherever we see any cracks or anything within that defect liability period, they go in and they repair. So sometimes you may see a contractor, a road pave, and within 3 months, you're seeing it repaved, or 6 months, or sometime a year. That is because that defect liability period, the contractor had to go in and repair it at his cost. We have been enforcing that at the ministry over the last 3 or 4 years. And, we do have our own labs, and so everybody who puts down material for the Ministry of Works, the material is tested. We have 3 labs operating at the Ministry of Works, and I can tell you the standard that we set, you have to qualify before you can go on the highways or on our main roads.
Okay. All right, Minister, thank you so much for speaking with us. Looking forward to those two, the mobile division, let me put it that way, the mobile division of Ministry of Works and Transport, getting out there. So thank you so much for sharing with us this morning.
No problem. Thank you.
You're most welcome, Minister of Works and Transport there, Rohan Sinanan, and the mobile division at Caroni for now. But as you said, it's allowing them to serve at least 120 customers additionally per day. Just having the 2 buses parked there. But hopefully, based on COVID and the numbers, they'll be able to roll them out into the rural communities starting sometime in December.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that it's beyond the licensing, as you rightfully said.
Yeah.
And that he really did say, we are aware that we need to maintain, and we're looking at contingencies, and of course, admissions to needing to address the WASA situation. Some real good news coming out of that one.
Well, the thing is that I think generally, these ministers know what they need to do. I think it always comes down to 1, as he said, finances, and 2, coordination.
Right.
Coordination between WASA and the Ministry of Works, and even the regional corporations that are in charge of so many roads that we're not aware of, and we just blame all of them on Ministry of Works and Transport.
And I'm glad that you say not aware of. So the opportunity for them to speak up on it and update us, the public, as to the fact that they're aware and working is definitely there. But before we go to the
Transport, T&W.
One thing that we almost forgot to say, and I don't know how I forgot this, is also happy birthday to former Minister of Culture, ex-Tempo King, and the current NCC chairman, Winston Gypsy Peters. He celebrates his birthday today, actually, as well.
Ooh!
I don't know how I forgot that.
Happy birthday, Winston Gypsy
but happy birthday to Gypsy! Hope you're having a good day.
Who is hoping we can have a carnival next year.
And hoping we can have a carnival to celebrate next year. That's the kicker. In celebration of your birthday this year, have a carnival next year. Do you think?
Politics for one and politicians for the other. Make sure the good of this land don't stay together.